It is the another part of Dapper series, and in this video we're gonna see how we can use multi-mapping in Dapper. If you find this video helpful, then hit the like button. Feel free to leave a comment and make sure to subscribe this channel to get more videos like this. So let's see what we are doing in the previous videos. So we already have these two tables, order and order details, but I have added these two fields in the order table, customer name and phone number. So I have added these two fields now, and we have these records. Okay, so till now what we are doing, that we were just mapping a query to a object in the Dapper. As in this section you can see that we have this query select asterisk from book, and we are mapping this data to this object book. And we can also map the query to the multiple objects. So let me show you why do we even need this. Let's say we have this query and we are just joining these two tables, and actually let's see it first. So we have order details which have order ID, product ID, price and quantity. Here we have two foreign keys, order ID and product ID. So if I have to know what order is it and which product is it, so we have to link these two tables along with order detail. So the exactly what we are doing here, we are just linking three tables here: order details, order and the book table. So let's execute this query and we have this record. Okay, so we have customer name, phone number, price, and it is our product. This is a book, To Kill a Mockingbird, its author, year, and we have every detail about these three tables. So let's go here, and I have created this method which is called order detail, and here we have this query which I have executed here. So I have copied this query here, it is the same query. Now here we can see that we are mapping this query with these three tables. We have divided this query into the three sections. So the first section here is the order section, which will go into the order table, or sorry, order object, and this book section will go into the book object, and order detail section will go to the order detail, and this last one is the order detail, and it is a return type. So basically this method will be a type of order detail, so its return type. We have passed this SQL query, and we have this method here which have three parameter, and we are basically mapping here. We have to map in order. So here we have order, book and order detail. So here we also have order, book and order detail, and these queries should be in the same order. First record should be the order. Now we have the book data, so the next column should be related to book, and the last one we have the order detail, so following column should be the order detail. How we are splitting these three objects? So we are splitting them with this keyword which is called split on, and here we have passed the ID. So it is totally okay if you don't pass anything here, and even if you don't pass the split on, because by default it will split our tables on the basis of ID. If you want to split your records on the basis of other field, you can pass it here. It will automatically split our records on the basis of ID. So here it has found the ID, so from here it will split the record and save it into the book table. In the next line again it has found the ID field, so it will again split this record and it will map this record to order detail. So that's how this splitting is working. Okay, so at the end we have splitted our records and we are mapping them here. Now we have our order detail object which is also return type. So in the order detail dot order, and how this order is coming, so we have this table order and order detail. So I have created a property here. In the order detail, I have created a property of book type, and in the order table I have created a property with order details. So it is just basic foreign key concepts in the order and order detail table. So we will set here the order property and assign the order to it, and here we will set the book property and assign book to it. And now we have to return this order detail. So at the end it will be a type of enumerable order detail, and we will just return it to the clients. So here I also have created this order detail method in the controller. So here it is just we are calling this method, and we are just returning it to the OK method. Okay, so let's run this code. So just run it here. So here I'm just gonna write /swagger. Now here we have the orders, this get endpoint, and let's execute it. So here we have the response, and here we have the order details, order ID, product ID, price, quantity, and we also have two objects here. Though one object is order and another object is book, and same thing goes on here and further. So that's how the multi-mapping works. I know that in the future I will definitely get query that, hey, how I can map the many-to-many relation, how we can use many-to-many relationship with this multi-mapping. So I know it is going to happen, so that's why I have created a demo for that. So here we have the table. So let's name it select asterisk from book, and select asterisk from genre. So here we have these two tables, and here we have these books, and it is the list of genres. So any book can have multiple genres. Okay, so any book can be, suppose we have a book A, and that can be a novel and a fiction novel and a thriller also. So it have three genres. To do these kind of mapping, we need a junction table and we need a many-to-many relationship. So I have created a junction table here, select asterisk from book genre, and here we have assigned these records. This book ID have two genres, 6 and 8. We have another book ID here, so this book ID have three genres. Now we have the new book ID here, and this book ID also have three genres, and this book ID have four genres. How we can use this kind of scenario in our application with Dapper? Okay, so I have written this query here. Now we can see that we have this book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and it has two genres, and this one have three genres, this one have three genres, and this one have four genres. We are repeating lots of columns here. When we will get data in the .NET application, so what I want that we just have one row. So that row should be like title, author, price. We would have the list of genres. So how we would achieve this? Let's open our book repository. Let's open our book class. So here in the book class I have added this property, and of course I have created this class also, genre VM. This is just a view model for genre. So here we had this ID and name field. I have just converted this to genre ID and genre name. Basically I do not want to mess with the code, that's why I did not change the records here. Rather than that, I have created a new class. So here we have this book class, and this have the properties, and here I have just added this list of genres here. So now let's move to the get books with genres. This is just a basic query. So let's try to execute it. It is just a similar query, but it have more columns. So let's execute it, and yeah, we have this thing. Okay, here we have just created connection, and we are using dictionary here so that we can avoid the duplicate row, and we can transform our data. So when we execute this query, we will have 12 rows, and we do not want 12 rows. We just want one row for this book, and one row for this book, one row for this book, and one row for this book. So we basically need only 4 rows with the array of genre. So that's the basic idea what we are going to do. So I have created this dictionary here, which will have the key of GUID, and it will store the object of book. So because book id is a type of GUID or GUID, that's why I'm using it as a key. So here we are just using this multi-mapping thing just we have learned earlier, and here we are just mapping our book and genres, and we are checking that if our dictionary have this key, then it will be stored in the book entry. So if we find any data with this key, it means this book entry is not null, otherwise it is null. So if it doesn't have any data, then if it does not have any data, then we will assign some data to it. So book entry will be assigned to book, book will be assigned to book entry, and its genre will be a new list. Okay, and we will add this book entry dot id and book entry to the dictionary. So now our dictionary have the value with this book id, and now we can add the genre to it, and we will return the book entry. So this will go on until we will go through all the records. So the next time when it finds this book in the dictionary, it won't go here, it will just directly add a genre to it. So that's how we are avoiding to repeat multiple rows. So now we will return the book dictionaries item here. So I hope I know it is a little bit confusing, but if you try to understand it by yourself, it will be much easier. So I also have created here a book controller method. So here we have just this controller method, and we're just calling this method here and returning it. So let's try to run this guy. Okay, and here let's try this method out, and let's execute this guy. And here we have this record. This is our book's title, author, year, and here the list of book genres. So this book have 2 genres, this book have 3 genres, it should also have 3 genres, and last one should have the 4 genres. So yeah, here we have the 4 genres to the book 1984. So that's what was here. So that's how we can map our multiple relation, many to many relation to the Dapper object. I hope you have understood this thing. If you find this video helpful, then hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe this channel, and this might be the last video of this Dapper Advanced series, and if I find anything interesting regarding to Dapper, I will try to post it in the future. But for now, this series is end, and that's it for now. See you next time.